and got income at a young age. Like I understood at 16 years old, I needed to have a job, but I'm just really understanding about how to make sacrifices related to financial stability as it relates to like my credit score, savings, investing, and things like that right now in life. So if anybody's watching, don't feel like you're behind. Understand that you're right on time. There's no moment like the one that we are in. And I just really thank you for all that insight, Talaya.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's jump on to the next. We have Sahara Ali. I'm gonna go ahead and spotlight you. Good morning, Sahara. We can't hear you. Got to unmute yourself.
Good morning. Good
There
morning.
you go. Yeah, welcome.
Thank
Talk
you
to
so
us.
much. So, Talea, that was perfect. That so goes into everything that that I'm about to talk about, because I 100% agree. In terms of the financial education and the ability for us to really learn, all those steps are so crucial to prefacing, what I'm about to talk about, which is home ownership. There's a lot of different jargon that's used when you hear about purchasing a home, and it scares a lot of us away because we don't know what that means. Kind of earnest money, appraisal, lender, grants. Oh, who uses those grants? Only certain banks use those grants. It's very easy to get discouraged. Purchasing a home is a very anxious filled emotional process, and I'm here to hold people's hands and walk them through that, because there is no boogeyman. There is nothing that we can't figure out. There's nothing that we're not smart enough to figure out. There's no categorically huge reason why we cannot increase home ownership in our communities. So in terms of some myths out there that I just want to address. And if people have any questions in the world, please feel free to ask me. But in terms of some myths, I know that a lot of people think that you need 20% down to purchase a home. Not true at all. We can close with 3.5% FHA products, coupled with grants, as long as we're working with the right lenders. And you can purchase a home. I've seen people come to the closing table with less than $1,000. You need a smart agent. You need a good team. You need a good lender. I'm partnering with UCC, different housing resources, to be able to connect you with the people that can get you the grants. Talea Scott, I'm sure, would be a beautiful first step to take to make sure that you're financially ready and capable and prepared to take the step into homeownership. So different resources. And that's really what I want to be for everyone, and not just for the purchase, but after the purchase as well. So there's just a lot of different resources that we don't know about. So when I was a child, and I, was kind of real sad that I could go to my friends' houses and they had backyards, and they had, their uncle had homes, their grandfathers had homes. I didn't understand until much later in life that is built long-term generational wealth, and that we just aren't there yet. And that's okay. We are where we are. And we have the resources right here for you to be able to get you there. So I want to talk about buyer agency. A lot of people don't really know what buyer agency is. I represent buyers, again, beginning to end and after. Want to make sure that we're making smart long-term purchases, smart long-term decisions. A buyer in the state of Wisconsin, if you're looking for a home, just know that your realtor is working for the seller unless they are specifically working for you. When I work with my clients, I specifically work for them. So we have something called a buyer agency that allows me to negotiate on your behalf, that allows me to give you information about the property itself, point out different things, let you know my different negotiation strategies, how we can win, how we can make your offer stronger. There's a lot of information that legally I cannot give you unless I'm specifically working for you. So those of you that are out there looking for homes right now, ask your agent. Are you my agent? If not, you want to make sure that they're working for you and not the seller. Because like I said, in the state of Wisconsin, if they're not working directly for you, they're automatically working for the seller. So they cannot really do too much in terms of negotiating on your behalf or letting you know information about the property, things that we can point out and see. So with that being said, I just want to give you a really quick overall. Like I said, I just want to take the boogeyman out of home purchasing and just give you a quick snapshot of what this would look like. So if you're already at the point of having, you want to know about it, you want to go look at grants and see if you're available to qualify for those, I can connect you with the right people. Once you, whether you determine whether you qualify for a grant or not, connect you with a lender that is capable of receiving and honoring those grants. And then getting you your pre-approval, which is your golden ticket to shop. And once we get to that pre-approval point, I'm going to tell you this, and you're going to kind of, it might go in one ear and out the other. I'm here to really remind you and walk you through each step. But once we start looking at properties and we find one and we negotiate the property that you love, that you say, hey, I want this to be my home, I want you to get it for me, Sahara. We're going to discuss different strategies of how to get that. But once we do that, you'll have 3 days to submit earnest money, which is anywhere from $1,000 to however much you want, but I recommend $1,000 to $5,000. We'll have approximately 10 to 14 days to get a home inspection completed and negotiated with the homeowner. About 30 days from time of offer, the bank is going to make sure to do an appraisal and make sure that all of those things, that the value of the property is matching with the purchase price of the property. So that's to protect you, it's to protect the bank, to make sure that they're not over lending on a property. You're going to have to jump through all the hoops and give the underwriters and the banks everything that they want. They might ask for it 2-3 times. It's a frustrating process. Again, it's an emotional process. I'm here to help with that. And to remind you, along the way of what the end goal is and why it's so worth it for you, for your families, for so many different reasons, that you get that deed and that you own that land beneath your feet and the air above your head. And it's extremely important. Once you're doing everything with your bank, we do a final walkthrough and we get you to close. Again, it sounds, it might seem like this huge mountain that you're going to climb, but I'm here to make it a hill, because it is. And I'm here to hold your hand and drag you up the hill so that we can celebrate and have a closing. I absolutely love what I do. I absolutely love my clients. My number is 414-736-4421. There are no dumb questions. Text me, call me, Facebook message me. I'm Sahara Ali on Facebook. I'm Sahara Sells, MKE, on my Facebook business page. But always best to reach me by my cell phone. If I don't answer, please text me, 414-736-4421. And I'm here for you. Anything you need, any questions you have. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Sahara.